As many of you know, I keep very detailed records on the entire year of Boxycharm. And I'm not gonna lie, the pages go on and on and on here. So many products, so little time. It's dark. I don't know, blondes, tell me in the comments, can you make this work? But this product is so witchcraft in a container. It looks really cool going on. Tried to pull it off and I kind of couldn't. That's why today I just did a very neutral, beachy look. Welcome back to my channel, and this is the video that I wait for all year long. This is my best and worst of Boxycharm. If you are new here, hi, my name is Nicole, and I do Boxycharm videos a little differently than everyone else online. Yes, I get the box every month. I let you know what I got, what I thought of the products. I give you long wear tests and my own personal reviews, but I also go another level deeper, and I go online and let you know what other actual users of the products are saying. Because sometimes if I love something, it could not work well for people with dry skin, somebody else who just applies makeup differently. We all have different preferences when it comes to makeup. So every month I go online and let you know what other people are saying, not just myself, to give you a better in-depth review. And then, yes, I do a lot of Boxycharm videos. I also every quarter give you an update on what I think about the boxes. So if you love Boxycharm, if you love makeup subscriptions, definitely stick around and hit that subscribe bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And I'm very excited to remind everyone I am doing a double giveaway this month with my Boxycharm and Ipsy makeup. If you missed my last video, be sure to check out the link above and below where I go in depth into what is in each one of these giveaways. One of them is a Boxycharm and one of them is an Ipsy. I love giving to you guys all year round, but now that we're at year end, I just had to do two because what an amazing year with Boxycharm, right? So not only do I do monthly Boxycharm videos, I also do quarterly Boxycharm videos to let you know what am I still thinking about the products. Have I decluttered something? Does something need to be decluttered? Or what am I loving that I can't live without now? So many Boxycharm videos here on my channel, but these are always special to me because now I'm pretty sure we've already figured out, I am the first YouTuber to have ever done the best and worst of Boxycharm, and I'm also the first to do the awards. So, what are the awards? Well, if I say something in this video that you're like, oh, you know what? She forgot about this product that was so amazing. Or maybe I didn't get it and you want me to know how amazing it was. Or if something was just for me because of my skin or the way I like to do makeup, but it's your favorite. Now you can let us all know what your favorite or worst product was of the year in the Boxycharm Awards. After this video, be sure to click over to my community tab where I'm going to list out all of the categories and all of the nominees for the upcoming awards. Let your voice be heard. What were your favorite eyeshadow palettes? What was your favorite skincare item? What was your worst box? All of these things are going to be in my community tab, and be sure to follow me on Instagram, not only to enter the giveaways, but to see what the categories are if you can't find the community tab or if you forget about it. There are so many makeup pieces in front of me right now. I am so excited to dive into the best and worst of Boxycharm for 2019. As many of you know, I keep very detailed records on the entire year of Boxycharm. And I'm not gonna lie, the pages go on and on and on here. So many products, so little time. So obviously I cannot mention every little product that I received with my Boxycharms. Yes, I do get PR boxes from Boxycharm, but I've also been a long time subscriber, and I still am a subscriber that I pay for my box. I have the Boxy Luxe and the regular box, and then I get a PR box sent to me. So I wanna make sure that that is clear in the beginning that some of these items will be PR items that I have received. I feel like this disclaimer just has to be said, even if there's a product in here that I say is a worst for me, but it is your favorite, that is so awesome. Let us know in the upcoming awards. Maybe that was a favorite for you because of something that I don't have that issue. Maybe I have oily skin. Maybe it works perfect for dry skin. That is a great way that if you hear me say, that's not really a favorite for me, you can let us know it works great for you. Taking us all the way back to January, Boxy and Chill was the first month's theme. And there were some products in there that I loved and some that I didn't. I can't ever remember the January, February boxes. I'm always like, was that a last year product or this year product? So I was so excited and happy and a little embarrassed that the first best for me was something that I almost wondered if I got it over a year ago because I'm almost out of it already. One of the lippies I am wearing today is this Ofra Miami Fever. So many of you guys, if you have been here for a while, know I have reached for this lippy non-stop since getting it. It's already feeling like there's not a lot left in the tube because I have loved using this. I love the Ofra liquid formula, and I know a lot of people went to glosses this year, but I am still like a die-hard lover of a good liquid lip that's not going to be too drying, and this Ofra formula is stunning. I also really love the color because it's got this little burnt orange undertone to it that really complements a lot of skin tones, and I like how it looks on my skin tone. This has been a staple for me all of 2019, and I'm so glad we got it in January so I could wear it up and know by the year end this is something I still rave about and wondered, did I get this last year? Because I feel like it's been in my collection for a while and it's already drying out. Now I have to tell you some stuff that's not the best for January, and this item's already decluttered. So I'm gonna have to throw a screen image up for you because I did not keep it. It is the $1 Billion Brows Universal Brow Pencil. In that video, some of you had told me you didn't even click on my video yet. You had just looked at the thumbnail and you could tell my bossy brows were not something that you normally saw on me because they were so bold. The product was a little too creamy and then it had a hard time blending. For me, for being universal, it just didn't work for me. It really made my brows too much too quickly, and it's just not a style of brow pencil that I enjoy. So for me personally, the universal brow pencil from $1 Billion Brows was decluttered. Definitely not a favorite product for me this year. February, that was the Afterglow box, and that box had a best for me and a worst for me. Something that again I am almost completely out of is the No Problem primer from Touch in Sol. You can see how little is left in this jar, and this morning when I was using it I had to literally unscrew the cap to apply it to my face because there is a little bit left in here because I have been using this all year. And for me, it's not like I feel like I have to use up everything. If it's something I don't like, I'm happy to gift something away, but this was so good. It kind of became the primer for 2019 that I compared a lot of things to because I do have bossy pores right up front. This never broke out my sensitive skin either, which is a huge plus for me, and it's something that I knew I could trust with my base makeup every morning and not have a struggle with it. This for sure makes my best list. There was a couple of other products that month that were only kind of okay for me, but one that I ended up decluttering, and it's not because it's a bad product. Just because it's in my worst doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's not how I like to do makeup. So I was very happy to gift this away to someone very quickly after trying it and deciding this really isn't for me. And that was the Pretty Vulgar highlighter. The color that I received was Glimmers of BS. And for me personally, it was too subtle. I kept trying to make it work, but I have really discovered some outstanding, amazing highlighters this year that I'm going to talk about later in this video that I just fell in love with. So for me, that one was just something I wasn't reaching for, and the packaging was kind of thick. It was kind of bulky, so it was taking up a lot of room in my already very packed highlighter drawer. Hold on a second, I'll show you. I did a really big declutter earlier this year of highlighters, but I still have so many. This isn't even all of them because I have face palettes and other things that have more highlighters in them. So for me, it was just kind of like, not my favorite, and I know of some ladies who would love it more than me. So I ended up gifting that away. So March was a great month with Boxycharm. Not only did I have Boxycharm to review from my PR items, but I also had my Boxy Luxe come. So there's a lot of products that I got in March to go through and let you know what I was thinking about them. For those of you that are newer here, you may not know my husband also loves to try a ton of the skincare that we got this year, and there was plenty to go around. I gifted away some of things in my giveaways to you guys. I kept some things for myself, and now I even have a category for my husband Adam, who has decided he wants to get into the skincare even more too. So this next product is a worst for me, but it's a best for my husband. Real talk. This is the Wander Lift Off Purifying Brightening Peel Off Mask. This product was split down the middle in my comment section when I talked and reviewed about this product in March. For people that have a lot more of like that peach fuzz on their face, we were having a struggle with this because it didn't ever want to peel off. Even some of the bigger YouTubers that were trying this had a struggle. I believe Kathleen Lights had an issue with this, kind of trying to get it off. And I think one other person that I was watching, I was like, okay, so I'm not alone. And then in my comments, you guys let me know, yeah, I had a struggle with it too. But then the other half of you were like, it was a dream. I loved this. It came off beautifully. It made my skin look glowing. What are you talking about? Well, that's kind of when we figured out that it was more of a skin issue. For me, I couldn't get it off. I even tried applying it another time the same day with more product on it. I was like, this was clearly a user error. I was the problem. No, it was really this product. It just doesn't go well with my skin and all my baby peach fuzz. My husband, though, loves it. He loves the masks that dry down and that you can peel off, whereas I'm more of a sheet mask girl or a wipe off mask girl. He really loved this, but he shaves his face, so that makes so much more sense for him. So he has loved this. This is a meh product for me. The next best product that I have in front of me is something so many of you told me. You can't believe how much you love it too. It's become a morning routine ritual for us to pull out our IT Confidence in a Cream Moisturizer. This is good for all skin types. It's an anti-aging armor, transforming moisturizer super cream. There's so many like names on this baby, but what really shocked me about it was, yeah, it was kind of a thicker formula than I was expecting, but my skin always looked beautiful. And I was always one of those girls growing up that had oily skin that I felt like I was never going to be able to use a moisturizer before makeup because it would make my makeup get pulled throughout the day or oily or greasy or slip right off. This product has done an amazing job this year of transforming my thought process of being an oily skin girl and using morning skincare such as moisturizer. A lot of you also let me know how much you really liked it too. You couldn't believe this product was superior to some other higher price tagged items that we've received. This is something that's actually made me use this more than some of the more expensive stuff from like Juice Beauty and stuff that I got the previous year from Boxycharm. I fell in love with this year. I'm also using some other things that I've really enjoyed that I'm going to talk about, but this one for skincare, shocked me. Something else you guys let me know that you loved because I did a video of the like, would you rather in the morning when you sit down, which face palette are you gravitating to with Boxycharm? Because we've gotten quite a few of those. But this year, so many of us fell in love with the Cover FX face palette. Now, there was some controversy back in March about this because there were skin tone issues and people who said that they had updated their quizzes still got the wrong shade. So there was a lot of issues about that, but I was so excited and happy to be able to gift away another one that I had of these, and it was the light medium tone that so many of you said you really needed. So I was excited to share that. I have reached for this a lot. The contour is so buildable and smooth. I forgot how good it was until about halfway through this year when I pulled it back out in one of my quarterly reviews that I love to do here. And I was so impressed with the pigment and how well it blended and it didn't overpower my face. And a lot of you said the same thing. The highlighters for me are a bit too subtle because I love a blingy highlighter, but this brightener is stunning. I'm wearing that on my like shoulders and my collarbones, trying to look like I have collarbones. And it has done a beautiful job today of just giving that little extra luminosity that just looks stunning. I also think the blush is pretty good, but this finishing powder, so many of us talked about how much we have loved this powder, and some of you told me you've already hit pan on it because it's that good. This is great to travel with too. I have traveled with this because it's got a little bit of everything in it for a fast, easy face, and the product is really outstanding. I love the good size mirror in it too for travel because that is something I've really needed this year. This I cannot speak highly enough about. I have really loved this, and a lot of you told me you do too. Okay. None of you are going to be shocked about this if you've been watching my videos for any length of time in 2019, but that month was also the month that I received the best eyebrow product that I have tried in years. It is the iconic London Sculpt and Boost Cushion thing that I can never remember the full name because it's way too long. Sculpt and Boost Eyebrow Cushion. This sucker is amazing. Earlier this year, I had lighter colored hair, so I really only gravitated to the lighter shade, applied it in my brows, and fell in love with it because I thought it was very natural, very quick, very easy. And for me, I'm not the girl that loves to spend too long a time on my brows. I feel like that's a makeup like moment that I just need to get through in the morning to do the rest of the face. face, but brows are super important, obviously. So this made it quick and easy for me. And then when I went darker this fall, I could then use the other side of the product and kind of mix and marry and really put together a nice brow efficiently, and it looks really good. I fell in love with this product. I've talked about it over and over again in my videos when I'm talking about what I'm comparing stuff to or trying other things, because this has just been something that I can't stop using this year. And it's a pricey little booger too, so it's a little frustrating, but it's so good. There is a bit of a learning curve with this, so if you've still not fully fallen in love with this product, it is a matter of technique and skill. Maybe put your hand at the back of your brush so you're not going in too quickly and you're building up too much pigment and color, but I fell in love with this and it's so fast and easy. All year long winner for me, obviously. Okay, so something that we did get that month that is not with me anymore because I happily decluttered that to some ladies that I thought would like it more than me, and this one was so disappointing. This one may have been the one that I was most excited for and disappointed by this year, and it is that Morphe 15D eyeshadow palette. We had a couple of different options to get in our Boxy Lux this year, so I got the one that people were actually calling in the comments online the dreaded 15D palette. And I was like, oh, that's just dramatic. I love a good orange eye look. You guys know that. I do a ton of warm looks on my eyes during the year, so I was like, this is gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. Foreshadowing, right? It just really wasn't good. It was really inconsistent with me, really powdery, and I really couldn't get inspired by that palette. I didn't really have a great time trying to find a good transition color because all of the pigment in the brush kind of changed and shifted on my eyes when I would use it, and it would be much more of a darker, muddy look than I ever intended almost every time I tried to use it. It just wasn't something that I was loving reaching for. And again, I live in a tiny house on wheels, if you did not know. So I'm always trying to keep my makeup curated and keep in my collection things that I love and I want to hit pan on and use. So if I'm not vibing with something, or if I really can't make it work after multiple uses and tries, I'm happy to gift that away. Another piece of makeup that month that I just wasn't loving, and I tried it over and over in videos letting you know I was trying different techniques and ways to use it, but I ended up decluttering it. It was not my favorite. It was the Appeal Liquid Glitter Shadow. After multiple uses and multiple tries, it would just get patchy. It had a weird drying method to it where you would sometimes the product would bunch and then it would flake off. One coat of that product was better than adding more, so it was like you had to get the perfect one coat down and then you couldn't do any other blending to your eye look or it was gonna just fall apart. And maybe it was me with my eyelids, maybe it's my eye shape, maybe it doesn't do well with those kind of things, but liquid shadows are never really my personal favorite ever anyway, so I was kind of like, we'll see, maybe this will be a standout product. That has happened with Boxycharm where I've been shocked before and fell in love with something I thought I wouldn't like, but that one was a hard pass for me, so I did declutter that this year. I credit this next product with being the lipstick that changed my 2019. Does that sound dramatic? Yeah, it does, because it kind of is. This is my Becca Bullet Lippy. This is actually called the Becca Ultimate Lipstick Love, and mine is in the shade Burgundy. This sucker has been in my purse or in my rotation almost every week since I got it. I not only love the shade because this is a perfect tone for me and how I like to do makeup, but also this formula is so good that the thing I love about liquid lips is that they last even through drinking a lot of water or eating. This lipstick is so quality that it does last. Yeah, it'll pull off a little bit when you've been drinking and things like that, but I could not believe how well this kind of like stained the lips without being like a nasty stain that wears down inefficiently or patchy. With or without a lip liner, it's easy to use. I really fell in love with this formula this year, and this opened up my eyes to more bullet lippies, which sounds silly, I know. But after like, I don't know, in like 2017 when like the ColourPop liquid lips that stayed on all day were like the thing, I couldn't let go of it. Bullet lippies for me would always come off, they'd be on my teeth. I couldn't go throughout my day without reapplying 20 zillion times, or at least it felt that way. And so when I had this product new in my collection, I couldn't believe how good a bullet lippy could be that lasted and it didn't smear all over my face. This baby, it sounds so over dramatic because it kind of is, but this changed the game for me, and I actually bought other bullet lippies this year based off of reminding myself, oh, they can be good. I just like better quality things for as far as a bullet lippy goes. Love it. now gliding into the April box. That was our Peace, Love, and Boxy box. It had those very festival vibes to it. And that month we got something that redeemed Pure Cosmetics in my mind as far as eyeshadow palettes went. The Pure Festival palette is something that I ended up really liking, and a lot of us were really concerned when we saw the pictures of it and coming in our box because we were like, I don't know, we've not had a great few last impressions of the Pure eyeshadows, at least a lot of people hadn't, and some people were really thrown because they knew there was going to be glitters in here and 2 bold colors. But I have said all year round, keep in mind, if bold and glitter is not your jam, there are so many other neutrals in this palette. There's a lot of different options and a lot of variety. I was able to put together this beautiful, natural, snatchral eye look that I think has come out really beautifully, and you do have a lot of options with this. In the video that I did that month for this, I went bold. I did the colors, I did the glitter, so I was showing you what it was like. I thought that the purple pigment was a little patchy, but it did build up, worked better when I used my fingers. The pink Wild Child does a great job, and the glitters, even though they're chunky, they could put together an eye look that looked beautiful. I did use them with the glitter glue though. Keep that in mind. There's a really good one from NYX that's inexpensive. Hot tip for you. This definitely makes a best list for me this year because as I was going through this year, there weren't a lot of eyeshadow palettes that really impressed me this year. It was a lot more of the other pieces of makeup. Whereas last year, I feel like we had so many eyeshadow palettes, like those were the big contenders everyone was excited about. But this year, they kind of shifted it up a little bit, and there's some other products in here face-wise that I think did a way better job than eyeshadow palettes. My opinion only. If you disagree, you let me know in my upcoming Boxycharm Awards and let us know what you think. Another item that we got that month that I will never get sick of getting Luxy brushes was the more like festival hot pink Luxy brushes. There was a trio. I think they're in the other brushes in my to be cleaned pile over there. But these are 2 of the brushes that I got and that I used today on my face for contouring and chiseling out those cheekbones that God forgot to give me, so I have to use Tarte and other things to make that happen. And this great shadow brush here, I used this on my eye look today, and it did a really great job too. You can't go wrong with Luxy brushes in my mind. If Boxycharm wants to send me Luxy brushes every month, I will take them. That may be a little bit of overkill though, Boxycharm, so just kind of like keep that in mind. But I do love them. Now for a product that month that just didn't do it for me, it did not give me any makeup boner vibes, I got rid of it, was the Bodyography pencil. It was in this weird shimmery taupe shade that I could see how the color would have been cool, but it was a wooden pencil, so I couldn't even see it in the eye look I did. I tried using it several times. When I swatched it on like my hand, it did okay, like you could see it, but as far as applying it to the face, my face ate that product. You couldn't see it at all. I tried several times and eventually I just had to get rid of that product. And another product, this is kind of just like a not total worst product for me, but a declutter mention. So it's not honorable mention, it's a declutter mention. Was also that month we got an Appeal holographic lippy. I ended up decluttering that just because it was so thick and goopy that I've learned to like some quality glosses this year that I got from Boxycharm that I'm going to talk about, but that one, I had to let that one go. That one got cut. So now we're gonna sashay our way into May, and that month we got something that I fell in love with. That month I did receive an Alomar palette, and then I got one in my PR box as well, so I ended up getting 2 different skin tone shades, which I was really grateful for because with blushes, I wasn't really sure what tone to use, but I do find I reach for both of these babies. I have mixed into both of these, I have used both of these. I'm wearing them today on my face. I believe today I went into the medium shade because I was doing a little bit more of a sultry look, so I needed a brighter pop on my cheeks, and I think they really are beautiful. There's some few other things that month that were notable products, but something that I can't really put in a best of, like the Dose of Colors lipstick I got introduced to that month, but I got a shade that I don't reach for almost at all. I'm more of a nude lippy, berry lippy kind of girl, and this one was definitely more of like a strawberry pop hot pink. As much as I love this formula, not a fan of the color, so I couldn't totally put it in the best of, but just so you know, the formula on these, amazing, love that. As many of you know, at this point in the year, May into June is kind of where my year took a turn, and I ended up having to have a total hysterectomy due to stage 4 endometriosis. So from this point on, I was trying makeup in new ways. I had essentially different kind of skin I was dealing with, different kind of hair I was dealing with, because I started to go through early stages of menopause, but also recovery from such an extensive procedure. So this is when I was just more open-minded to any makeup. Like, I didn't care what I had known would worked for me. I was open to all new things because my skin was being drier when I had oily skin and things like that. A product that is not a makeup product that for me, I'm almost thinking of doing an award that is a non-makeup based award with Boxycharm, because this has become something that I made a note to put in my best of months ago, and it is the PYT Blow Dryer. Hear me out on this, hear me out. I know a lot of people don't like getting non-makeup items in their Boxy Luxes specifically because they are pricier, and this is a tiny blow dryer. It also came with this little baggie that has all of the parts and pieces to it for like a straightener and for a diffuser for curly hair, which I do have. This blow dryer, as like much of a one-off product as it kind of felt to some people, has become the only blow dryer I use. If you are new here, yes, I live in a tiny house on wheels. So I was so excited to get this, to use this, because my husband was already like, when he knew I was getting this in the box, he kept saying, so does that mean we get rid of that really big one that you're keeping in our tiny house bathroom? And I was like, maybe, we'll see. For now, having had this for 6 months, I can tell you this is the only blow dryer I have been using. I love how powerful this tiny little thing is. Now, what I will tell you is around the mouthpiece here and on the back end, I am noticing some color changes to the base of it, but I'm wondering if it's from the heat. It's not stopped performing at all. This still has a lot of power to it for being as tiny as it is, and I have a lot of hair. This baby is so efficient, it's so fast, it's tiny, it can get into the little nooks in my tiny bathroom over here. I have really, really loved this blow dryer this year. The one drawback for me personally, because I do live in Florida where we have a lot of humidity, and I usually like to do a cooling set to it towards the end, this doesn't have a cooling feature at all. So that was my one big drawback with this, but apparently that's not changed me from only using this. I think it's because it is so small and easy to pull out, use, and then put away, and it's still really powerful. For me, this was a standout product this year that was not makeup related. June was also when we got Boxy Luxe and Boxycharm, so I thought I was gonna have so many products to go through, especially during recovery, but a lot of them didn't make my best or worst list. Some of them were just kind of like, they're good products, but maybe not my favorite or worst. So there's that. But something that did end up impressing me was a gloss, and I'm not a big gloss girl. I've kind of already covered that. So this Lemonade from Dominique Cosmetics lippy that I got here, this one is in the shade Peach Tea, and I do have a second one. It's, I think, in my handbag. That tells you how good it is. Has really been something that I have enjoyed through this summer. It not only added just that little extra shine to the lips, but it was a really pretty color. It went over any base lip beautifully, and it wasn't too gunky or clumpy. Just that bad thick gloss. I don't like that. So this was a great addition to my lip collection. Something else that I did get in that box that I almost forgot to mention is the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. We got a ton of skincare this year, a ton. So the fact that I just remembered, like, I have to put this in here, and I got this that month. I have used this in the evenings every night since I was able to put it into my rotation, which was probably more like July, not June. But this is when I really started seeing how a different style of nighttime serum can be really good for my skin. I use it only in the evenings after I've cleaned off my entire face, kind of before I go to bed, and it does this nice tingle, but it's never upset my sensitive skin. It's never given me extra breakouts, and I kind of wake up in the morning and my skin feels soft, and it's definitely looking like my tone on all my skin, like pigments and stuff, are improving. And along with the IT Cosmetics cream, I think this has also been a great help this year for my skin. You could tell that it's a holiday week because there's a ton of noise outside, so if you can hear any of it, I am so sorry, but the show must go on. The next month was July, and I got some skincare that month that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting overloaded on skincare, but this one changed the game for me too. This is the Alomar Superfood Vital Veggie Mask. This stuff is amazing for my skin. I will put this on in the mornings or in the evenings, let it sit for like 10 minutes and then wipe it off. And I can't believe how much my face feels like a baby's butt. It feels so good and it lasts for a long time, where I feel like my skin feels like that supple, fresh skin of probably what my skin felt like when I was like, I don't know, 16 or something. It is really great. I have loved having this in my collection. My husband even does like this one too. He prefers the kind you peel off though, so that's a detractor for him. But I have found that this does a great job. I love it. An eyeshadow palette that just didn't do it for me, and I decluttered it quicker than I normally do eyeshadow palettes, was that Butter London eyeshadow palette we got. It was like the Au Naturel palette, I think. Was it Au Naturel Goddess palette? I feel like I kept calling it the wrong thing in the video anyway. But that palette, I was really looking forward to that green, like golden tone in the center. And it really, that was the one shade that was really giving me a struggle. The rest of them were very nudes, but that palette so much reminded me of the Electric Eyes palette we got from Boxycharm forever ago. I clearly still have this palette and I still really enjoy it. It reminded me so much of this that I was like, I like this more than that. And it was such a small palette, similar size, that I was like, I'm already struggling to remember this. That's gonna get lost in my beauty space, and it's still such a good fresh product. I'd rather gift that away. There was also really not a great transition color in there, so for something being so small, I was still having to pull out some other things. It just didn't really work for me in my day-to-day makeup journey, and that's okay. I was so happy to gift that away. We gotta go through another worst, and it's again the Appeal line. Like, I mean, if you were curious who's in my Dump the Chump Awards this year for what brand to get rid of, it was a gel liner, and I just did not like the taupe look. It was very chunky. It didn't work for me. It wasn't awful, but I definitely didn't want to keep storing it in my tiny beauty space here if I wasn't going to reach for it. It was just this taupe tone that it didn't translate on my skin, and it was pencil, and it's not my favorite formula anyway, so that one that had to go. Like, Appeal, like, I don't, do you make other products that I would like? Maybe we're just getting these weird random filler things in our boxes, but Boxycharm. Let's ditch this guy, you know? Unless you loved it. Did you love it? Tell me below. August introduced a new brand to me, again, of skincare. Hi, skincare, how you doing? We got so much of you this year. But this product, I haven't shut up about just as much as I haven't shut up about the iconic London Brow Sculpt and Boost goodness for my brows. This was an amazing skincare item that I did receive in a PR box, but other people who did not get PR should have received this, is my Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum Translucent and Luminous Peach Extract. It's amazing, it's stunning, and I'm gonna tell you why this, for me, is a best product. I can put this on in the morning, and it has happened with my bossy pores that I will have somehow, some way been distracted and forgot to put in a pore filling primer or a primer at all. But if I have used this first, my skin still looks beautiful. It still has that airbrushed, flawless look to it that I'm like, how did you do this, you white little bottle that doesn't show up well on camera? How did you do it? Witchcraft. The only answer I have. Witchcraft. It is so good, and it really introduced me to the Peach and Lily line. This has definitely been part of my morning skincare routine, and I have fallen in love with it and reach for it a lot. Oh gosh, this was such a great month, because this is also when so many of us were introduced to the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. Can we have just a round of applause for how good this product was? I had heard about this product, I don't know what, a year, 2 years ago on YouTube, but it's a Becca product. It's a pricey product. And as a girl who started her channel with humble beginnings of Boxycharm and drugstore, I could not afford something like this, and this product changed my skin game. Many of you know, and I mentioned earlier, I did go through a total hysterectomy, and my skin was really changing this year, specifically during this time frame. So this powder, as much as it's just like, this is just powder, it's just makeup, Nichole, really made me feel beautiful and made my skin look so nice when I was really struggling with my skin over the summer due to all the hormone changes I was going through. This really set down my foundation and concealers in a way that made it look like my skin was glowing. It was healthy skin that didn't look like caked on makeup. Also, to refresh when a girl is getting used to having hot flashes with a nice fluffy brush. Total game changer for afternoon touch-ups where you don't want to look shiny, you're having dry patches, and this is a cooling product. Round of applause for best in show that month. Love, love, love. Now we're gonna start cooling things down and getting into the September box. This was the all access boxes, and we got a Boxycharm and a Boxy Luxe. I used this palette this morning. I've traveled with this face palette. I've done all kinds of things with this palette. This is the Tarte Clay Play palette. I've mentioned before that it seems to have some duplicate shades in it to the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. I've mentioned before, but we have very similar tones in here, and living in a tiny house, I do like to be mindful of what I'm keeping, what I'm using, because duplicate products can just take up space. So I need to be mindful of that, but I feel like these both are standouts and I love them both, and so far definitely keeping them both and raving about them both. I'm gonna say both one more time, both. I fell in love with this for travel. Not only does it have a great contour selection here, but also some matte eyeshadows. And this year was a year that I grew, not only as a makeup lover, but as trying new things with my new skin that I was kind of dealing with in my face, that I was like, oh, it's an all matte palette. That's intriguing. I can tell you now, 2 years ago, Nichole would have been like, where's my shimmer? I need to glow. So the fact that I was excited about an all matte palette, life is changing, makeup is evolving, let's get on board. I used this today for my eye look along with the Pure Festival palette. I went into the shade Journey and into the shade Stone to really start a crease and build out that outer eye look. I really liked that. And then I went into the Pure Festival palette to finish off the look. But I also did delve into the Desert and Terracotta shades today for my face and body. I love the mirror in this. It's really great for travel. I have traveled with this to just like weekend stays, or when I was flying back to the Midwest for some work this year, I took this with me. It is really good. This palette has been something, I forgot it smells good too. I have really liked having this in my collection for a combination of face product and eye looks. And this year, I really, towards the back half of the year, looked for more natural, sexy, sultry looks that don't take forever to do. And this does that. Great product, great quality. Thank you, Boxycharm. Moda Pro brushes. We all got some Moda Pro brushes, whether you got a Boxy Luxe or a Boxycharm that month. Everybody was getting Moda Pro brushes, and I happened to have fallen in love with them about 3 years ago because Boxycharm, now this was back in the day with Boxycharm, before we were getting these high-end items that were all like standout products. We weren't getting these kind of things like 3 years ago. So when we started getting Moda Pro brushes, I was like, ooh, I've heard of the Luxy brushes, but who's this Moda Pro? I fell in love with them. They're also a Royal & Langnickel company, so if you've seen that name, it's also associated with this company. And I fell in love with a specific crease brush years ago, and we all had discussions in my comments below about how good their eyeshadow brushes were. So this year, to get even more and face brushes to go with it, obsessed, love, love, love. I am a Moda maven. This is totally outside of Boxycharm. It has nothing to do with Boxycharm. So if you did not get any of these or you want more of them, you can use my code below and just get a discount on them. I will also give another honorable mention because we got a lot of products that month, being Boxy Luxe and Boxycharm. I did get the Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream from Sunday Riley. This is what I've been using on the back half end of the year, whereas in the beginning of the year, I was using the It Confidence in a Cream for the first half when I got it, and then I got this, so I transitioned into this so I could give you a better in-depth review, because with skincare you need to give it multiple weeks of use before you can really tell a difference. This was still really good too. I think I like this one more, the It Confidence in a Cream, but this is definitely worthy of honorable mention because my skin does look great. I know they had, as a company, some kind of like scandal with putting up fake reviews for a long time. I don't know much about that. I just talk about makeup, not the drama, but I did enjoy this, and I did notice a difference with my skin in the mornings when this would be the first thing I'd use continually. Really like it. I feel like I need to do one more honorable mention that isn't necessarily a best for me, again because of color, not because of formula, is the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick. I love a good liquid lipstick. They last on my face, where I'm a face toucher. I drink a lot of water in the day. This formula shocked me and I loved it, but I did get the color Patina Shimmer, and this doesn't look so great with my skin tone. On the swatch, actually, it doesn't look like it would be bad, but for me, the finish just doesn't look that great, and the color doesn't go with a lot of the fake makeup looks I like to do. So that was the only reason it didn't make it into my best of. But this formula, I mean, get your liner on and put this on the right way the first time, because when it's on, it's on. It stays for such a long time, and I personally love that, because reapplying through the day, I'll tend to forget, I'll have a worn down lip, or I'll go out and have some drinks, and then I'll be like, why does my face look like I'm patchy on my mouth? With this, that never happened, but not really my color. The After Dark boxes in October came out, and that was when we started seeing more brands that we had never seen before for eyeshadows, like Dose of Colors, which was so exciting and does get an honorable mention from me. But the products that stole my heart that month were more glosses. What? You just said you prefer a liquid lip? Yeah, I heard it too. But these glosses were outstanding. These are the iconic London Lip Plumping Glosses. But full transparency, I don't think they plump nothing. I do think though that they do make your lips look juicier, and they can make them look bigger because it's a gloss and it makes shimmer and it makes your lips look pouty and juicy. I just don't think, like when I've tried other plumping ones, they kind of have that tingle burn to them. Not only do these not really have that, but also I don't feel like it actually plumps anything. Like I can feel a difference with those, and I don't think it does that, but it's still so good. It clearly made my best. The ones I got were in the shade Love Struck, and this is the perfect like pinky tone to go with any lippy, and it is what I put on top of my Miami Fever look today. So last year I had a Dump a Chump award, and I'm pretty sure this brand may have won it last year, and we got something again this year from them. This is the Jante Blue lip liner, and the one I got was like in hot red. That got decluttered really quick. I did try to use it with some of my red lippies, and I did get later in the year a Dose of Colors red lippy, and I do love this formula, so I tried to marry them together at one point. Just not my favorite. Don't like it. It was a wooden pencil, and it just came across a little chunky, and it's just... it's not my favorite style, so I did just declutter that. November was the Stellar box, and that was the month that we all got the Celestial Thunder palette. I was pretty excited about this. I can't honestly say this was a best for me, but it was worthy of mentioning in this moment. The reason that this isn't a best for me is because I feel like when I have gone into this and when I've watched other people do a look with this successfully, it's usually 1 or 2 shades and then you're done. After a while, I noticed that when I kept trying to add more to this, whether it was blending or adding in some depthness to the outside of the eye look, it would start to get a little, the color shift and tone would change on me, which I thought was interesting, but not bad. The Black Matter shade really had a struggle with me. It was creasing really poorly on me. I did a full in-depth video on this. I liked it. It just wasn't my favorite, but I know a lot of people fell in love with it, specifically the Lucid Dreams pink shade. A lot of you guys loved. I also love the Eternal Light shade. Definitely worthy of mention, but I just can't say it fell into my favorites. But if it's one of your favorites, let us know and go vote for your favorite eyeshadow palette of the year on my community tab. Something that has made it into my daily routine is the Kairos Antioxidant Dew. This is something that I almost just gave away immediately because I was like, we've gotten so many dewy, illuminating products this year for skincare, and an oily skin girl can only do so much. But this product really has helped my face to look really nice. It does give it a subtle glow, but if I use this in the mornings before I put on any of my makeup, it really helps my skin to still look healthy by the end of the day after I've washed it off. This was a pricier item. I think like the retail value on this was like 80 or 90 bucks. So it was crazy pricey, and I'm pretty sure this came in my PR box, but I have really enjoyed it. And I've never been one of those girls that thought I could do that drippy thing on the face and still have makeup last all day. I can still do it with this. It doesn't get too oily, it doesn't get too dewy. It just makes my skin, even at the end of the day, after I've washed everything off, still look like healthy, good skin. And this may have been in a giveaway for me, but because it was with Boxycharm and I got to give it to one of you guys this year in my giveaway, I have to tell you, I already had this product, and this is why I didn't mind giving it away, but I've hit pan on it. This is the Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter. I received this year as a gift to get better from one of you guys over the summer, and I have already hit so much pan on this. It tells you how much I use this product. I use it for face highlight, for a little bit of shoulder or collarbone highlight on the eyes. This stuff does amazing. I have traveled with it. This highlighter for me and my skin tone makes me look like I am this glowy, dewy goddess with a powder highlighter, which works better for my oily skin, but it's so universal. I feel like I could do a dramatic look, a basic natural look, a natural look. I could do all of the looks with this, and this highlighter tone does beautiful on my skin all day long. I clearly can't rave enough about it if you see this much pan on it. And I got it this year, halfway through the year. I mean, love, love, love. This would win my shimmer award, but what wins your shimmer award? Whew. Now we are finally to December. I know this has been a very long video already, guys, but you have so many products this year. I'm really impressed with Boxycharm this year. But December, my video just uploaded for December, and even though I've not had as long amount of time to use some of these products, I still have some favorites already this year. This cosmetics face rolly deliciousness thing that my husband still doesn't believe does anything, but I like to put it on. Use this in the mornings and put my skincare on with it. I love it. I am obsessed. And of course, after watching Tati Westbrook, the Glam Life Guru, use this all the time, of course I was excited to get this in my Boxycharm. The next thing I also like to really use a lot, at least so far, I used it in my brows today, is the Brow Bar. I did get it in the shade Dark from my PR box, and I have been really liking this. Now, I do still marry it with my iconic London Sculpt and Boost. I think that works better, but I do like this so far. I haven't had it long enough time to let you know like a more in-depth review than I already have posted, but stay tuned for that. Oh, I also really enjoyed the Alomar oil. This is the Pro Collagen Rose Face Oil. It works really great for my skin, especially this time of year. So lots of great things from Boxycharm this year. This video has been crazy long, I know, and if you are new here, usually my videos are a bit shorter than this, but there's a lot to go through year end. And don't forget, you should jump over to my community tab next to vote on all of the amazing things and let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to also check out my last video to enter for these amazing giveaways. One from Boxycharm, one from Ipsy. You don't want to miss out on that. You just need to be subscribed here, hit the bell, and go on over to my Instagram and follow me there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you happen to be new to my crazy little channel, hi new friends, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I do every single week. Bye friends!